Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel RIW Raghavendra Institute of Educational Excellence. Students, in my previous video we have discussed the topic change in profit sharing ratio among the existing partners, and we have just started up with the calculation of new ratio, gaining ratio and sacrificing ratio. We understood the formula for deriving sacrificing ratio and the gaining ratio among the existing partners when they undergo a change. So just to recall the formula for calculation of sacrifice, the formula is sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. Whereas if you want to find out the gain, then the ratio for calculation of gaining ratio is equal to your new ratio minus old ratio. And remember, when you are deriving sacrifice or gain under the topic of change in profit sharing ratio among the existing partners, the partner who gets a positive value is undergoing a sacrifice, and the partner who gets a negative value is deriving a gain out of this change. And now today we will just understand few more problems under the determination of new ratio and sacrificing ratio as well as a gaining ratio. So let's get started. Here we have a problem whereby it is mentioned that there are three partners, Lalit, Mukul and Chetan, who are sharing the profits and losses equally. So what type of partners they are? They are equal partners. So first let us write the partner's name. There are three partners, Lalit, Mukul and then Chetan. These three partners are initially equal partners. So 1 is to 1 is to 1. So which means if we convert to fraction, it will be 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. This is their old PSR, that is profit sharing ratio. It is given the question that it was decided in future. That means with effect from, that's what they are mentioning here as future. Okay, the future profit sharing ratio of Chetan will be 1/5 share. So it was decided that in future Chetan will get 1/5 share in profit. So only one partner's information is available with respect to NPSR. So they are given Chetan's NPSR is going to be as 1 by 5. Look at this. Earlier, the partners were having a same base, that is, each partner are equal partners, so they had 3 as a base. But now, the base of one partner is mentioned as 5. They're asking us to derive new profit sharing ratio and sacrifice or gain of the partners. So, first let us understand that when we don't have the information with respect to the profit share of a partner from whom he has derived it, then in such cases we will be working out in such a way that we'll take the entire firm's share, which is considered to be as 1. So let the firm's share be 1. Now you may ask, how is it an assumption? No. See, the new profit sharing ratio of one partner is given as 5. So collectively the partners will be denoted as firm. Individually partner is a partner, but collectively they become a firm. So if one person is getting 1 out of 5, then the entire share in the firm would be 5 out of 5. This is nothing but when you simplify it becomes as 1. So that's how we are mentioning here as let the entire firm share be 1. In this entire firm share of 1, if I give away 1 by 5 to Chetan, then obviously the remaining will be 4 by 5. In this remaining 4/5 only, the partner Lalit and Mukul can have their share of profits. So that means Lalit and Mukul will be sharing their share of profits from this remaining share of 4 by 5. So the Lalit will be getting 1 by 2 into 4 by 5, that is half of 4/5. Now you may wonder how the half has come. It's quite simple. When we have three partners, Lalit, Mukul, and Chetan, they are equal partners, in which Chetan's share is given to us. Now we need not bother about Chetan's NPSR. We should bother only of these two people, Lalit and Mukul. So Lalit and Mukul's old share happens to be as 1:1. So that means now that 1:1 will be as 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So it is 4/5 into 1 by 2, and similarly for Mukul also it is going to be as 4/5 into 1 by 2. So when you calculate it, you will be getting for each partner Mukul as well as for Lalit 4 by 10 and 4 by 10. So now we have got the new profit share of the partner Lalit Mukul. However, for the person Chetan, the partner Chetan, we have already in our question it is 1/5. So now we can just derive the ratios NPSR of Lalit, Mukul, and Chetan. Just write the value 4 by 10, 4 by 10, and for him it is 1 by 5. Now remember, students, always the base of the partners has to be the same. It shouldn't be different. So if that be the case, look at here. For two partners, we have same base, 10 and 10. But for Chetan alone, the base is not 10. So just think about it to convert this 5 to base 10. So that means if you multiply the numerator and denominator with 2, then we'll get the value of Chetan also equivalent to 10. So this when you multiply it 2, because if I multiply 2 with 5, I get 10 as a base. So same value to be multiplied in the numerator also. So this gives me 2 out of 10. So now when I substitute the value of Lalit, Mukul and Chetan, it will be as 4 is to 4 is to 2. This can be further simplified as 2 is to 2 is to 1. So the NPSR of the partner Lalit, Mukul and Chetan will be 2 is to 2 is to 1. Now we have only derived the NPSR. We are still yet to calculate the sacrifice or gain of a partner. So for finding out the sacrifice or gain of a partner, it's quite simple. Just substitute it in the formula. So the formula for finding out sacrifice, okay, is equal to sacrifice ratio. Write the formula. Sacrificing ratio is equal to your old ratio minus your new ratio. Please avoid using the shortcuts. Don't write SR is equal to OR minus NR. Write it completely. So the sacrificing ratio you are first going to find out for Lalit. So for Lalit, the old ratio was 1 by 3 minus the new ratio happens to be as 2 by 5. So now when you find out the LCM for 3 and 5, it will be as 15. So 3 if I multiply with 5, I'll get 15. Similarly, the numerator 1 should be multiplied with 5. So 1 into 5 will be as 5 minus When I multiply 3 with 5, I'll get 15. The same 3 should be multiplied in the numerator. That means I'll get 6. So now here if you see, I'm getting 5 minus 6 divided by 15. That means minus 1 by 15. So for Lalit, I'm getting a negative value, which indicates that Lalit is gaining because of the change in the PSR. Similarly, you calculate for the other partner Mukul. The other partner is Mukul. So for Mukul, the old ratio was 1 by 3 and the new ratio it was 2 by 5. So here you need not do the calculation once again because the old ratio of Lalit and the old ratio of Mukul are same. Similarly, the new ratio of Lalit as well as the new ratio of Mukul seems to be the same. So don't do the calculation once again. Straight away you can declare Mukul is also the gaining partner and his gain is minus 1 by 15. So in this case, the gain for Lalit is 1 by 15 and the Mukul is also 1 by 15. I hope you understood this problem. Is there any difficulty in understanding? Please let me know so that we can able to clarify you even more better than this. And at the same time, please like and then share the video with your friends, and please give your valuable feedback and comments and the suggestions for our further development and improvisation. And now let us move on to the next question. In the meantime, please do let us know if you have any doubt in this question. Right. So, in the next question, if you see, we have got a case based question where there are four different cases, but out of these four different cases, in my previous session, we had discussed case 3. So, now it is a time to discuss the remaining cases. Case 1, case 2, and case 4 will be discussed today. Look at it. What they have mentioned in the question. There are three partners X, Y, and Z who are sharing the profits in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. So that means it's going to be as 5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10, the old profit sharing ratio of the partner X, Y, and Z. They're asking us to calculate the new profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio, and the gaining ratio in each of the following cases. Remember, students, the question might have asked you to find out the new ratio, sacrificing ratio, and gaining ratio. But always think logically. If the question themselves has provided you with the new ratio of the all partners, then it is not possible for us to derive the new ratio since it is already given in the question. Whereas only in those cases where the new ratio is unknown, in those cases it is possible to go and find out the new ratio, because in most of the cases if you see, you will find easily the sacrificing ratio and gaining ratio, but in few problems you will get stuck up where you may not be able to get the value of the new ratio, but however it will be available in the question itself. So please be very careful and cautious while you're calculating the problems or when you're working out the problems. Think twice or thrice what needs to be calculated and what's possible from the given information. So let us first discuss the case 1. In case 1, if you see, it is mentioned as per the agreement, Z is taking 1 by 50 share from one particular person called X. That means it is a clear cut indication that the partner X is going to sacrifice, okay, and obviously Z is taking the share of X, then that means Z is going to get a gain. So the gain is going to be for or Z, the partner, and the sacrifice is going to be in this case one sided because only one partner is going to lose from his share of profits. So what you're going to do, just you write down the three partner X, Y, and Z. and write their existing profit share, that is 5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10. In case 1, they have mentioned very clearly X is the partner who is going to give away 1 by 5th. So when you have a keyword here from, okay, 1/5 share from X means then you need to subtract. Okay, then in that case you need to subtract the value. Okay, because many students get confused in which case I should multiply and in which case I should subtract. So it is quite simple. In each and every case there will be a helping word or a clue word with which you can easily identify what mathematical operation you have to undergo, whether you need to subtract the value or you need to multiply the value. So please listen carefully, don't be in a hurry. First, when you're learning the process, because accounting is a process, so when you're learning it, please be very cautious and then make sure you understood the concept. Later, you take up a problem and resolve it. Right? So here, 1/5 share has been taken from X. So I have to subtract 1/5 value from X. So 1/5 is nothing but 2 by 10, because if you see, if I'm going to subtract 5 by 10 minus 1 by 5, the base are not similar. I cannot directly go and apply the minus this subtraction, so I should convert this 5 base to 10, so which is nothing but when I multiply with 2, even the numerator should be multiplied with 2. So that's how I am deriving 2 out of 10. So here, when I subtract 5 by 10 from 1 by 5, or if I am going to subtract 5 by 10 minus 2 by 10, I'll be left over with 3 by 10. Whereas for the partner Y, there is no change that takes place, or nothing is going to affect partner Y. So you're just going to put a hyphen. And for partner Z, it is going to be an add-on, because from X the share goes to Z. So it is getting transferred from X to Y. Sorry, from X to Z. So that means in that case you will have to add. Okay, so the value, either 1/5 you can add with 2 by 10, and again that will get you the right value. If not, you can just add this 2 by 10 with this 2 by 10. That means you will be getting 4 by 10. So that means the NPSR of the partners X, Y, and Z are 3 by 10, 3 by 10, and 4 by 10. So that means 3 is to 3 is to 4. And at the same time, in this case, you are not going to derive the sacrifice or gain by using the formula. But of course, if you use the formula also, you'll get the same. Instead, it is a one-sided game. As I'm saying it, it's a one-sided problem, which means partner X is the only sacrificing partner, so the sacrifice goes to X and gain goes to Z. So that's the reason they are not derived using the formula. Straight away, you have got the value. Sacrifice of X is 1/5. The same sacrifice of X is going to be the gain of Z. So one person's sacrifice is going to be the other person's gain. So this is the crux of this particular problem. Any doubt if you have, please let me know in the comment section, and that helps me to clarify your doubt even more better than what we are discussing right now. So please students, you are watching this video, kindly share the video with your friends, support the channel, and give your like and also your valuable feedbacks and comment. And every day I'll be posting the videos with respect to accountancy, and you will be getting it in my channel RW. The notifications you will get only if you are subscribing our channel. So please do subscribe our channel, and we make you to understand logically, conceptually, and how the accounting principles is also being applied in each of the problem, so that your centum is with you and no one can grab it from you. So moving on to the problem number 2. In problem number 2, that is case 2, it's mentioned here as the new agreement says that Z is taking 1 by 5th share equally from both the people X and Y. So here if you see, the new profit sharing ratio is given to a partner, that is Z, and it is mentioned clearly that how much each person has to give away, or in what proportion X is taking it from the respective partners. So here again you prepare a table whereby the existing profit sharing ratio among the three partners X, Y, and Z are 5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10. And in this case, it is quite simple that and evident that both the partners are giving some proportion from their share of profit for the sake of Z. So that means from X is also a portion goes to Z, even from Y, Z takes up. So that means both are undergoing the sacrifice. Remember, both undergoes sacrifice. So 5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10 are the old ratio, and the share taken up by Z from X and Y are equal. So that means it is going to be as 1/5 share of X in that half. How much? Because he's not taking entirely from X alone, he's taking it half from X and Y. So that is what is half of 1/5. Okay, you need to find out what will be half of 1/5 share. So the half of 1/5 share is nothing but 1 by 10. So when you subtract 1/10 from this 5 by 10, you will be ending up with 4 by 10 as your NPSR. Similarly, the same you have to apply with Y. That means 3 by 10 is the old ratio, and you are giving away some portion in the sake of Z. That means minus 1 by 10, which is nothing but minus 1 by 5 into 1 by 2, which gives you 1 by 10. So when you subtract the value 1 by 10 from 3 by 10, you will be left over with 2 by 10. And now this two values, that means from X you are going to transfer 1 by 10, and from Y also you are going to transfer 1 by 10. Since the base are similar, this will get added along with Z's share. So that means earlier Z was possessing 2 by 10. By this transfer, another 2 by 10 is going to be added to him. So 2 by 10 plus 2 by 10 is going to be as 4 by 10. So the new profit sharing ratio among the partner X, Y, and Z will be 4 is to 2 is to 4. Now, this could be further simplified, and that will lead me to 2 is to 1 is to 2. So, your NPSR should be 2 is to 1 is to 2. uh, please do let me know if you understood the concept or not. Just a thumbs up is also an indicator that you are understanding the concept. So just give your like, comment, and please share the channel to others so let it reach the entire students whoever is need of accounting. At the same time, if you understood, please give a reply that makes us that gives us a sense whether we were able to reach you or not. Now you got the NPSR, just you find out the sacrificing ratio. So the sacrificing ratio is derived using the formula sacrifice is equal to your old ratio minus new ratio. So sacrificing ratio is equal to your old ratio minus your new ratio. Now what will be the old ratio in case of X? It's going to be as 5 by 10, and what's going to be the new ratio of X, it's going to be as 4 by 10. So obviously when you subtract the values, which means 5 by 10 the old ratio minus the new ratio of 4 by 10 of the partner X, it gives you a positive figure as 1 by 10, that is nothing but sacrifice. Similarly, for y also, when you substitute it in the value, that means old ratio of y happens to be as 3 by 10 minus the new ratio happens to be as 2 by 10. So 3 minus 2 gives you again 1 by 10, which is a sacrifice. So the sacrifice done by the partner X and Y are 1 is to 1. Since it is mentioned in the question also very clearly that both have sacrificed or he takes it equally from this. So again I say here also you have a clue word from. So when you find out the word from, you need to just apply in such a way like you can just subtract this value, that gives you the remaining picture, right? When you subtract it, you'll get the remaining picture. So that's why you are just subtracting 1 by 10 or 1 by 5 from 5 by 10. So when you find the word from, apply the subtraction. When you find some other word in that particular place, we are going to see later, okay, in that cases please apply the other mathematical operation. So wherever you find from, it is going to be a subtract. It's a clue. Okay, when you find from, then you need to operate it in subtraction. Mathematical operation to be followed is subtraction, not addition, not division, nor multiplication. Am I making sense to you? Fine, thank you. Now let's come to the last case in this problem, and this will be the end of today's session. This problem is going to be the end of today's session, whereby you will be given the remaining problems based on these concepts for your workings, that is as a homework. So I'll also let you know what will be a homework problem for the day, and please do try to work out those homework by applying the concepts what we have taught you in the videos. So now in fourth case, it's mentioned very clearly that as per the new agreement, Z is taking 1 by 50 share from X and 1 by 6th share. Okay, in this case it's not mentioned as from, I'm sorry. Okay, in this case it's, you see, it is mentioned as 1 by 5th share of. Okay, you could see like 1 by 50 share of X and 1 by 60 share of Y. So when you find a word of, you need to apply the multiply. Okay, it's the operation we have to follow here is multiplication, not subtraction. Okay, so here Z is taking 1/5 share of X share. So what is X share actually? It is 5 by 10. So find out what is 1/5 of 5 by 10. Okay, so that means here comes the cases. So the existing old profit share ratio between the partner X, Y, and Z are 5 by 10, okay, and 3 by 10 and 2 by 10. Now the partner Z is taking 1/5 share, that means NPSR of partner Z alone, we know it is 1 by 5, but this 150 is getting in such a way 1/5 share is getting from both the partner X as well as Y, but in what proportion? See, 1/5 of 5 by 10. So that means 5 by 10 into 1 by 5. So far in the previous problems and all, you were applying the subtraction. Okay, you are following the subtraction method, but here it is a multiplication method because you find the word of. Okay, so 5 by 10 into 1 by 5 will give you 1 by 10, right? How come? It is nothing but 5 by 50. So 5 by 50 is nothing but, it's a simplified form is 1 by 10. Similarly, for the partner Y, the old ratio was 3 by 10 and it's going to be as 1/6 of 3 by 10. So 3 into 1 is going to be as 3, and the remaining base 10 into 6 will be as 60. So that means 3 out of 60, this is nothing but 1 by 20. That's how you got here as 1 by 20. Now you know what is your new ratio, or is this a sacrifice? This is nothing but a sacrifice. Okay, this is a sacrifice, right? Because it is given as off, not from. Okay, so that means when there is a from, when you subtract the value, you'll get your NPSR. But since it is not from, it is off, you have to derive the sacrifice, and with the help of the sacrifice, we'll be able to get our NPSR. So here, the sacrifice of the partners are quite simple. It's 1 by 10 and 1 by 20. So adding these two will give you the total share what Z is going to have altogether. So the total profit share of Z will be 1 by 10 what he has derived it from X plus 1 by 20 what he has derived it from Y. Adding these two, you'll get 3 by 20. You have to take LCM and then you will go ahead and you'll find out the value as 3 by 20. Now comes the most important calculation of NPSR. So far, we are just completed with the two things. We have found out the sacrificing ratio, okay, and we have just found out the new ratio of the partners. We are yet to find out the new ratio of the remaining person. So the old profit share of X, Y, and Z are 5 by 10, 3 by 10, and 2 by 10. Now the sacrifice or the gain information is also available in the problem as we have derived it just now. So with respect to X, he has sacrificed. So that means minus it. Okay. So the sacrifice of X happens to be 1 by 10 and the sacrifice of Y happens to be as minus 1 by 20 and the gain of the partner Z is going to be as 3 by 20. So that means when you take away 1 by 10 from 4 by 5 by 10, you will be getting 4 by 10, which is again a positive value that leads to a sacrifice. And here it is, sorry, I'm sorry, it is 4 by 10, which is not a sacrifice, which is your NPSR. Okay, and similarly, in case of Y, you have 3 by 10, and if you just take away the sacrifice done by Y, you'll get your NPSR. And in the last case, you have to add. So 2 by 10 is the old one and 3 by 20 is a new one. Adding this 2 by 10 plus the 3 by 20, if you take up the LCM, that gives you 20, so as your base. So 10 into 2 and 2 into 2, that means 4 plus 20 into 1 and 3 into 1, that gives you 3. So 4 plus 3 is going to be as 7 by 20. So that will be the new profit share of partner Z, and thus the NPSR of X, Y, and Z will be 4 is to 5. Sorry, it's going to be as 4 8 by 20 is to 5 by 20 is to 7 by 20, because if you see initially we are getting for X, Y, and Z in such a way like 4 by 10, and over here it is 5 by 20, and over here it is 7 by 20. As previously mentioned, that the base of the partners should be equal. So for two partners we are getting the same base as 20, but for one partner alone we are having it as 10. Convert the base of 10 to base 20. For that you need to multiply the base with 2, similarly the numerator with 2. So 4 twos are 8 and 10 twos are 20, and over here it's going to be as 5 by 20 and 3 by, sorry, 7 by 20. So that means your NPSR is going to be as 8 is to 5 is to 7. When you add all these values, you should get 20. If that be the case, then your answer and workings, everything is 100% perfect. So the problem which I want you people to work out as a practice or a practice session problems are from the exercise problem. You work it out, problem number 4. Just I'll take you to the exercise problem number 4. So I want you people to just try out the problem number 4 from your exercise. So textual back exercise from TS Gravel textbook. Please work out the problem number 4. Is it clear to you? Please let me know if you have any difficulty in understanding the problem or in understanding the question or in executing the problem or in deriving the answers. Kindly do let us know. Over here, you could see like in the previous class, we are done with the first problem. Okay, and over here also we are just discussed about the case 3 problem. So now case, I mean problem 2 and problem number 3 are similar to case 1, that is problem number 1. So I just want you to complete the problem number 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4 in problem number 4. So with this, we are stopping today's session, and please do let me know if you don't understand any of these concepts. So in our next topic, we will discuss about the accounting treatment of goodwill. Thank you, students.